I saw them all.
We're talking about, sorry, because I didn't have the mic to my face. I have a lot of monster romances on my Kindle. Yeah. I swear they're not mine. I'm holding them for a friend. No, they're not.
I was like, The Demon's Bride. Damn, Cheli.
What can I say? No, it's my friend, I swear. I lent her my thing, and I made her read the last monster romance we did.
Which one?
Oh, it was a while ago.
Pop quiz.
I made her read,
what was the last monster romance we did?
Here are your choices. There's nothing. No, I made her read all of the Kimberly Lemming books. And then after that, she was like, this is what I'm missing.
Oh, okay.
So she's the one that has them there. But it's funny because sometimes I see them and I'm like,
sounds pretty good.
I'm going to keep it on there. Let's not return this book so quickly.
I don't believe you.
They're not mine. They're not mine.
It's giving. I'm holding it for a friend.
I don't want to say her name. I don't know if she's going to be like, she outed me.
How dare she say that they were mine? She couldn't take the fall for me.
My lashes are going to get stuck to my eye.
Listen. I believe you. I believe that they're your friends. But it's very you coded. So, I mean, I don't know.
You know that me and her have our birthdays are like 14 hours apart?
What?
Me and her.
I didn't know that.
So maybe we just like similar things because we were born on God's day. The day God smiled. Oh, save that. TM. That's a good one when I write my Christian book. Dude.
Don't put that out there.
TM that though. Do you ever feel like
people think we're serious when we mention like religious stuff?
It's funny because I actually really like religion.
Oh.
I like the concept of religion. It's just when it gets extreme that it's too much. But I love fucking religion.
Oh, I don't.
You don't? No. I was about to be a religious person, a religion major.
I thought you were going to be like, I was about to make my own religion. It seems so easy.
I thought that was the same thing.
It does seem really easy, though.
Well, okay. Right now.
Step 1, be charming.
Remember when you were in that religious studies class and you were like, I have to write about a religion?
It was literally philosophy.
Was it philosophy?
Yes.
I was in that religious study class then. But I remember you had asked that and I was like, well, why don't you just do Star Wars? Because the Jedis have their own beliefs.
No, I was looking up religions. I remember this so vividly. And I was like, Jediism? What the fuck?
Dude, I believe in that. That's so good.
Isn't it just like Buddhism?
A little bit. Except Yoda's there. That's the difference. Uh-huh. Dude, I hate that little green man. I'm sorry, that was very... I just thought of Wicked. I would have been shunned right now.
Oh, yeah. We recently watched Wicked. Dude, I can't stop listening to the soundtrack. It's so freaking good.
So good. What's your favorite song?
Oh, that's really hard. What is this feeling? Wizard and I and Defying Gravity, I think, are like tied.
My favorite currently is No One Mourns the Wicked.
That was good.
I listened to that so many times that I think it's on the top of my on repeat, which is kind of funny because we just watched it. Mm-hmm. But you watched it a while ago and then you watched it again with me, which thank you for that.
No, I watched it with my mom. Then I watched it with
beautiful
my boyfriend. And then I watched it with you. And I told it's so funny when I came back that night and I was like, so much better the third time. Let's go for a fourth.
That's so funny. I had such a good time. And it's funny because you know that joke that's been going around, holding space?
Yeah, for holding space for Defying Gravity.
I didn't tell my cousin I went to go watch it. And she was waiting for me at home because we were going to play a game together. And I was just like, there's just so much space held within this room right now.
Oh my God.
There's so much space.
Did she know about that?
She knows.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been holding space. Dude. It was so good. I still hate Yoda, though.
Well, what did your sister think, though?
Well, she wanted to gatekeep it because she's liked it since whatever age she was when she made Tumblr.
Oh. Time.
That's how long she's liked it. So it was funny because I was over here talking about holding space and she was like, why do you watch it first? Why did you watch it first if you didn't even know? And I was like, I knew. I knew.
You start breaking into song? Yeah. I know all the words. Quiz me.
But No One Mourns the Wicked 100 times. Oh, dude.
That one is really good.
I fucking love that song.
What's your least favorite song? Go. Controversial.
Controversial.
Controversial, go.
My least favorite thing on the movie was when they didn't sing.
No, of the soundtrack.
No, I don't want to out myself. What if someone's like, that song healed me? Wait, hold on. I need to look at the...
I was sick and I no longer cough after listening to that song on repeat.
I was sick. I listened to that song and it made the person next to me sick. And now I'm better. Dude, they're all kind of slay. Never mind. I don't really like a sentimental man.
Oh my God, I was going to say that. Did you hear that SM Town is coming?
I did hear that.
Who told you?
Who
told you that?
Through the grapevine. Through the grapevine.
Anyway, let's get back on track.
We're not on track. We're not on any track.
We're not on any track. I know that.
I wanted to say something.
Well, I wanted to say something.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Just kidding. I think I've said enough. Go ahead.
I should have that. I don't know when to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You ever feel like the days are longer?
No.
The nights are shorter.
No, I can feel the complete opposite.
The days are just so insufferably long.
No, they're so short. What are you talking about?
You try to sleep at night, you're tossing and you're turning, and all hope is lost. And you go on Instagram because what else is there to do in this hard life? And you see that Carissa Broadbent is like, book 3 is out now.
Oh my God. I saw Carissa Broadbent's story. I think it was her story where she posted a fan art. Dude, of this book?
Can I just say of chapter 32? That's the one you're talking about. I avoided that because I was like, I don't want to spoil myself. I'm just not gonna look at it. And then you sent it to me, and it's you. So I'm like, of course I gotta open it quick.
Oh my God,
I looked at it, and I was like, fuck.
I'm so sorry.
Can I say something?
And I was thinking, should I send her the first slide? The first slide where it says,
no.
Spoiler ahead.
You sent me the spoiler. And
I sent you the full spoiler.
Queen. But it's funny because
I was excited.
Because Carissa, she's been spoiling left and right.
Yeah,
she's just posting and posting.
She knows that this is gonna pop off. So she doesn't care.
I fucking love that part. I followed, we both did, when she was posting like, it's gonna come out soon, and she was like taking a picture of her like laptop and would show like little words and stuff. It was funny. I think she posted one of her Alpha Smart, like the typewriter thing she has, and you could zoom into like the text, and on the text it was like, I see you looking. Because she was like trying to like really hide this book. But it's out.
But not enough.
It's out now though. It's out and it's free.
Yeah.
And I have been waiting for this book. It's so weird having come this far where we're actually waiting for books now.
I know. I was so excited for this one.
Dude. We read Serpent.
And the Wings of Night.
Thank you.
By Carissa Broadbent.
Thank you. Last year? We read it last year because I remember reading the books. No, we read it this year.
No, it was last year.
Well, we read the other 2 this year. Because I remember reading those during Christmas time.
I just remember that we were struggling on our last Christmas time tier list. The last year's tier list where we were trying to pick book of the year. And I remember that Serpent and the Wings of Night was on our top for the both of us.
And Bridge Kingdom was the same year.
Yeah.
And that's why we were struggling. Serpent and the Wings of Night is so fucking good. It's so fucking good. And then I'm like, it can't get better. It can't get better. And then 6 Scorched Roses, which was the novella in between.
That was so good.
I read that while I was getting an oil change. So I was like,
going through it
in like the lobby.
Oh, of course.
And it's funny because the lady next to me was like, that looks real good. And I'm like,
you're like, don't talk to me.
It is. And then the Ashes and the Star Cursed King came out. Changed my life. So
it was already out because don't you remember when we reviewed it, we were both like, how come no one is talking about this?
But it's because remember she had released it on Kindle, but that was around the time that she got signed with like a publishing agency. So then she was publishing under them and she was republishing the books.
Yeah.
You know that the new edition of it though has extra chapters?
Are you kidding me?
I want to know what happens.
Me too.
I was at the Barnes and Nobles
like, which one? Like, you know it by memory.
Oh, dude, I really want to reread those books. I don't know if you feel the same. Maybe it's my age, but sometimes when I look at a book I want to reread, I'm like, I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, I just think about all of the books that are already in our TBR list for the podcast, and I'm just like, I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel very overconfident with what I could finish, and then I look at our list to humble myself.
Yeah, me too.
Our list looks pretty nice right now, though. Not gonna lie, we're doing pretty good for ourselves.
Yeah,
but that being said, I want to take you back to a world where vampires exist, and it used to be kind of shitty, but things are looking up for one side of the community. But we're now gonna follow our new main character, Mische.
It's Mische.
Misha's so much cuter.
Mische?
Yeah, isn't that what they called her? I swear.
No, I
swear.
remember you were telling me it's Mische, and I was like, I could have sworn I remember it being Mische.
Okay.
Even though it's spelled with an E at the end.
Even if her name was Mische, it is. She could still be Mische, can't she?
Well, her sister called her Me, so...
Oh, she was so close. But she's our new main character. So will you join me in this journey? Do you think a story revolving Mische, do you think that can fix your life?
Yeah, I really do. I really, really do.
Welcome to the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one book at a time. Carissa Broadbent Universe Edition.
Multiverse.
Dude, I'm not ready for that. Oh, did you leave notes in this book?
I'm your host, Yajaira.
I'm your host, Cheli. I'm sorry. I'm like out of it today. But first of all, happy December.
Happy December. Notice the snowflakes in the background.
Oh, yeah.
It is cold now.
I kind of miss
It's cold outside and inside.
I kind of miss the little spider guy we had here.
We don't talk about the spider no more.
He's gone now. It's funny because I'm pretty sure there was an episode where like, he's going to stay here forever.
You wanted the spider to stay here forever, but it's just, it doesn't go on the theme. So, no.
But happy December. I feel like this is such a good book as we get close to the end of the year, because I feel like these books were some of our best episodes.
I know.
If you are barely listening to us for the first time, I recommend go check out those episodes because they're really, really good. They're really good.
She's talking about Songbird and the Wings of Night and the Ashes and the Star Cursed King.
And 6 Scorched Roses. We've done 3. We've known Carissa Broadbent. So when she released the Songbird and the Heart of Stone, it's been popping off. I think like on the 3rd day of it being out, it got New York Times bestseller.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that a hard thing to achieve?
I don't know, because it kind of feels like
everyone has it.
A lot of the books we discuss have that title, so I don't know. I'm sure it is.
Yeah. Sell it to at least 10 people. I did it. One day that'll be us.
Yeah, one day. I can't wait.
Well, why don't
and then we'll know for sure if it's easy or not.
I know.
We'll be like, shit.
I don't understand. Hard. This isn't New York Times bestseller. Why isn't it?
It should be.
It should be.
We just we put that as a quote, like under the title.
Or our book's actually called New York Times bestseller. So when people grab it, it's like, wow, this must be a big one because it's so big.
Yeah, we should do that.
So I don't want to talk too much about the old books, but I do want to say in book 2, there was a situation that happens because in book 1, 1.5 and 2, it more circles the realm of Araya and Rain's friends and their story. And
there's 3 different kinds of vampires, if I remember correctly. So Rain's type is the shadow.
Yes.
Born, I believe. I feel like I'm mixing stories, but shadow, I think. And the ones that we're going to be discussing today. Oh, wait, is today that? No, today is this one is the shadow.
His started with an R. I don't remember what it was.
His was... I don't remember either. But there's three different types of vampires. Why do I remember the blood ones the most? We were not even there yet.
It's okay. But I want to say books 1 through 2, counting the novella, that's more Rain and Araya's realm of friends and that community.
Friends. I love that.
Yeah. They're besties.
Like if it wasn't a tragedy.
No, they were besties. And in book 2, there was like a war going on. And there was one very important thing that happened. And it was Vale's wedding. Remember Vale's wedding?
Oh, yes, of course.
I rewatched our episode and I thought it was really funny because that wedding was bloody. It was gruesome. That was what triggered the war. And you and I were over here like, a wedding!
Let's just focus on that.
But at the wedding, our main character of this book, Mische, crashed into this man named
Malik.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she didn't crash into him. She was with Araya, and then she saw him, and she was like hyperventilating, like, "Oh my god, that's that fucking bitch who turned me."
Yes. So, I feel like she tried to keep chill, right?
No.
But did she just walk up to him and do it?
She just walked up to him and stabbed him. Because I remember reading it and being like, "Damn, it was that serious."
I thought it was a buildup. I couldn't remember it, but I do know that she stabbed him multiple times.
Yeah.
Right? And, book 2 continued, but there's a part where Misha's like, I gotta go. I'm not gonna stay. Mm-hmm. Because she didn't want whatever repercussion was gonna come out of her doing that, because that was the Shadowborn prince. Mm-hmm. She didn't want anything to affect Rain and Araya and the kingdom that they were building.
Yeah, so that was the second important vampire family. And she was like, shit, I really just did that. So I need to get away from my friends so that they don't face any repercussions. So
book 3 starts off with her just like, she's fucked up. Like she is, I don't know if she was just picked up by someone, but she's like completely hurt. And she's in a cell. Oh, she's in a cell. That's what it is. And she feels like she's about to die. She's trying to summon fire.
Which I thought was so sad because we had seen that in the first book in Serpent of the Wings of Night, where during the trials of Nyaxia, she was crying to somebody. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking like, okay, I think it's supposed to be like a sun god or a fire god. I'm not entirely sure. Because I remember when we talked about it on the episode, I was like, I feel like I get it, but I don't get it. Like, because she's a vampire. Yeah. So I didn't know that she could do both. So just a little bit of her backstory. So she was chosen by the sun god when she was, I think, 8 years old.
Yes.
And I thought it was so disgusting that basically meant that she was like the bride of the sun god at like 8. That's disgusting.
That is disgusting.
And it's really sad because she went to this temple with her sister, Seisha. And Seisha really wanted to be chosen, but for some reason the sun god saw Mische and was like, oh, she brought me a little feather. Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you know what? I kind of like this girl.
His name is Atraxis, right? The god? I think his name is Atraxis.
Oh, it is Atraxis because I made a joke. Never mind, it's stupid. It's a stupid joke. But
I want to hear it. Okay, tell me later.
Whisper it in I'll whisper it in your
during
ear.
Our sweet nothings in the in-between.
But anyway, so he saw this feather and he was like, you know what? I think I'm going to pluck this little girl. Mm-hmm. Chose her, saw her, she saw him. And ever since that moment, she's felt special. But then that bitch abandoned her.
Well, he abandoned her because vampires, after someone is turned into a vampire, you've basically like dirtied yourself. Mm-hmm. So he abandoned her then. But you and I didn't know that in book 1. So we were like, why didn't this bitch answer? Like, why did this god? And I remember writing that in my notes. I was like, it doesn't make sense to me that she's trying now if she's known that this doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know?
I just found it so interesting though, because we didn't understand the backstory of like the gods and everything. And I still don't really understand all of the gods, but Nyaxia, which is the mother of the vampires.
Or girly, yeah.
So she was married, or she was with the god of death.
Mm-hmm. Alaris.
And Alaris was killed by a bunch like everybody else.
Everybody fucked him up.
Like all of the other gods, I mean.
Mm-hmm. Which are the human-based gods.
So then Nyaxia was pissed and just out of spite created the vampires. And so that's why to the gods, the vampires are disgusting.
Yes.
And so when Mische was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that Atraxis I would say that he paid more attention to her. But when she was turned into a vampire, it was like she was just disgusting now and he would just abandon her. And it was really sad because she had a lot of scars on her arms, like burn marks. And she just kept like her faith in him. Like she really thought that one day he would love me again.
Oh, so sad. Because don't those burn marks also continue to develop as she's trying to reach Atraxis? So she'll try to summon the power, but all she feels is the pain of the burn.
Yeah.
That's so sad, dude. I felt for Mische immediately because she talked when she was in this cell, which is where the book starts. She just talks about the fact that like no matter what, she's glad that she at least left because she didn't want Rain or Uriah to suffer the consequences. And then she talks about the fact that they wrote her letters.
Oh, yeah. She had a whole pile of letters and I think it was taken away. And she was really regretting that she never read them.
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't you at least read them? That's so sad.
So sad. But she is woken up by this lady who I think like just goes up to her and is like, stand. And Mische stands because the Shadowborn, their ability is to be able to like
compel you to do whatever. So it's kind of like a mind control thing. So it's like you can't defy them. It's really weird.
Which is crazy too because like physically with the state she was in, she wouldn't have been able to stand. But she still did because she was compelled. But this lady, her name is Egret. She's like Egret. Because she regretted killing her brother.
No. She did not regret killing her brother.
Because I listened to the audiobook and at that point she was like, you killed my brother. That's so sad. She said as her voice had like no tone of sadness. And I'm like,
no, it's because Egret, I don't remember what she did, but she started looking into her memories. No? And while she was looking into her memories, it was like Mische was able to intertwine with her memories. And it was like, oh, I could see how much she didn't actually care for her brother.
Yep.
So she's the princess. Obviously.
But it's funny because she rewatches it with Mische in her mind. And Mische's just like, yeah, I did that shit. Oh, she's no, like, and I do it again.
Slow it down, bitch. Slow-mo this
replay.
You see how I just stabbed him? Yeah.
But it's funny because everyone who knew Malik all say the same thing like, oh, no, you did us a favor.
Yeah, nobody liked him.
No one liked him. But he was next in line, right?
Yeah, so he was supposed to be the king. Which I thought was interesting because now Egret... Well, actually, Egret... beats her up. I don't remember.
Beats her up and then puts her in this dazed state.
But she tells her, oh, you're going to be a gift.
Okay.
You're going to be a gift. I'll be back for you, girl. But she's like out of it.
And while she's out of it, someone comes in and is like, I'll help you. I'll help you. And
no, he's like, stop moving. And it's like, cleaning her up or whatever. And
in a dazed state, she just remembers hearing people like, okay, like medicine, like open your mouth, do this, stand here, go over here. And because of how like out of it she is, she doesn't remember much of it. And she explains it as a dream. But then all of a sudden they're like, you're awake now. And she's awake. And she's like in the middle of a party. She's wearing a white dress, but you could see the blood of her wounds like seeping through. And then the king of the Shadowborn is just sitting up and she's like, oh my God, that's the father of the man I killed.
Yeah. King Raoul. I thought it was so funny though, because King Raoul that bitch was not there.
Dude, I know.
They was not there.
Dad, I brought you a gift.
No, he was like, oh, that's great. Bring out Malik. It's like, bitch, Malik's dead.
Oh, why don't we just, wait, does she work for Vincent?
It's like, Vincent's also dead.
Vincent's dead too, bitch.
But I thought it was interesting that no one actually did talk back to him. They just kind of like gave him a look. And he'd be like,
abuelito. Yeah, abuelito. I know.
Yeah, we'll bring him out right now.
Yeah, we'll bring Vincent.
Don't worry.
Vincent. But he finally got to his senses and it's like, okay, why don't we just cut her up and send her parts back to the kingdom, basically. Back
to Rain and Uriah.
And it makes me so sad because Mische's whole thought process is always like, but I'm never gonna hurt my king and my queen, my lieges. But I think at this point, Asar walks in.
Yeah, because he's like, I need her. And everyone's like, what the fuck? What do you mean?
He is the
bastard son.
I don't want to say the word. I was trying to come up with another one.
Why? That's what they call him.
I know, but I don't like that word.
But that's what they call him.
Okay.
So that's kind of like his title.
Oh, good for him.
Kind of like Jon Snow.
Is that his
That's
title?
their title, okay?
Oh my God, that's crazy. So, the bee son.
The bastard son.
Oh, it hurts me.
I'll say it for you.
Okay, thank you. He comes in and he's like, I need her for my mission. Remember the one he tells her at this point, right? That Nyaxia gave me.
I think so.
But that's basically all he says.
And he mentions that, she was chosen by Atraxis, the sun god. So she wields a power that I need. And so remember, she was like, yeah, I totally still have this power. Of course. And she's like, flame on. Come on.
I know. Okay, show us then. Oh, yeah, no.
No, I thought it was crazy.
Totally.
I thought it was so crazy that she was like, I could show you. I was like, bitch, shut
You
up.
can't show anyone. So she's over here. Wait, hold on. And she has like a match. Give me a second. But she like is praying and is like, hey, Atraxis.
Me again.
I know you've heard from me for like many years and you haven't answered. It's okay. I know you're busy. Flame on. And he answers her at that moment, and she does
just like a little bit,
just like a little fire in the palm of her hand. Look at that shit.
And so a lot. What's his name? Asar. Asar is like, see, I need her.
Look at that. Look at the palm in her hand. Look at the flame.
And I don't remember why the family is just like okay with it, because it's not like they liked him anyway.
It's because if they completed this task, there was like a thing. If they completed this task,
I think I might be wrong, but isn't the reason why they just allowed it to happen was because it was what Nyaxia wanted?
I think so.
The mother of vampires. Come on, she's very important.
There was like a huge thing of like, oh, it's gonna look like I have so much power. The fact that I can get her to do this for me and whatever. So the king allows it, and Asar is like, great. Then I'm taking Mische, and we're gonna go to Mothrin. And they're like, isn't Mothrin the underworld? Which. Didn't it feel like Mothrin was just kind of a place?
Yeah.
Right?
A destination. There's tourism down there.
I know. Every few miles there's a gas station.
Ugh, love that. Souvenirs everywhere.
But Mische is like, okay, well, I can't say no. I'm alive now, so I just have to stick with this dude.
But she is thinking like, how can I escape? How can I get out of this? But then
she talks to him first before her dream.
Oh, I know, but let's speed it up because I feel like we're gonna be here forever.
Yeah. Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.5. So she's reluctant, but then eventually her sun god Atraxis visits her, and he's like, "I need you to do this." And she's just like, I don't want to do this. I'm basically going to be betraying you in a way, right? And he's like, no, I need you to do this because what? I keep forgetting his name.
His name is Alaris.
What?
The death god.
Oh, no, not him. I was like, Asar, Alaris, Atraxis. I'm over this shit. Carissa, how could you do this to me? Anyway, so in Mische's dream, her sun god is like, okay, so Asar wants to revive Alaris. And you're going to go through these like different, it kind of reminded me of the 9 circles of hell. It's like different stages of the underworld.
Yeah.
And you're going to do all of these missions and you're going to revive him. But he was making it seem like, disgusting. I can't stand that bitch because he fell in love with Nyaxia. Ew. And so she was like, oh, don't worry. I won't do it. You want me to sabotage him? I'll sabotage him. And he was like, no, I want you to revive him. Because if you revive him, then I can truly kill him. Like he was meant to go this whole time.
But don't get me wrong. I just did my nails. I'm not going to kill a god. Mische, you're going to do the job for me. And there's going to be a weapon down there. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you'll know. And but you're going to kill this god for
Isn't
me.
it a thing, though, that a god... Which is so stupid because isn't it like a god can't kill a god? Like directly?
I don't know.
I don't remember either. But I remember there was like a thing with that. And she was just like, oh, I guess it's up to me.
Yeah. And so she accepted, of course. But there was like a moment where she was like, oh, he only answered my prayers because he needed me.
It benefited him. That fucking bitch.
So he heard. He was listening the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
This bitch. I really like how this story...
Wait, but don't you remember he was like, remember the last time you failed me? This is your second chance. Don't fail me again.
Mm-hmm. It just sucks. I feel like this is a very I mean, we were talking about religion at the beginning of the episode, but it's sad to see someone with so much faith never get like the benefit out of having that much faith. You know what I mean? Because I feel like everything Mische did, she was never recognized for any of it.
Yeah. It is really sad. And reading this and seeing how faithful she was made me really sad. I was like, damn, I don't think this is going to go the way that she wants to, obviously, because Atraxas did not care for her at all. He was just using her.
And reading all of the interludes was really sad too, because it was like
her growing up,
the beginnings of her faith. Yeah. And like how she had lived at the temple and she was treated like a saint, basically. Them protecting her for Atraxas, which, like you said, the whole bride thing, I knew that was a thing, but it didn't occur to me until she was like around age 12 or 13, where they started telling her like, you can't kiss anyone. Like, you need to stay. That was bad what you almost did. Mm-hmm. And it's like, ew.
Like, you need to save yourself for Atraxas.
That's disgusting.
Which ew. I just want to get this out of the way now. Wasn't it when she was 16 that they...
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was the wedding. Was it the wedding? And then they like went to the bedroom.
Yeah. And it was described in such a like sad way.
Yeah.
It was so like it was not at all like passionate. It was just like a job getting done.
You just kind of had to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
By the way, we never said that there's going to be spoilers ahead. But if you've made it this far, spoilers, and also trigger warning.
Yeah. So I will be honest with you. I don't remember all of the stages of this journey.
I wrote them down.
Oh, by the way, they're not the only two that go on this journey. They do necromance a friend whose name is Chandra. And then they also have Elias, who is the bodyguard of Egret.
Mm-hmm. So their journey is divided into 5 sanctums. So breath, psyche, secrets, body, and soul.
Mm-hmm. And are they traveling up?
No, they're going down. So I thought it was so interesting because at the beginning of the book, they had a map of what it looks like. I thought it was so cool. I don't know. I just loved the map so much because it was like floating rocks, I guess. I don't know. And then you would just go further down.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I skipped. I'm sorry. I looked at it and then I was like, that's nice.
Mothrin.
Oh, that's where they're at. The mortal world. And then they keep going down.
The 5 sanctums is broken into body, breath, psyche, secrets, and soul.
Okay. And then you're at the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
But I do really like this map because it's just like floating rocks or like land. And then it just like, you just keep going down and down and down and down. I'm telling you, it's like the 9 circles of hell.
Yeah, it kind of does feel like that. So the first destination is body. And I think at this point, Mische realizes, because isn't this where they first see wraiths?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And so she realizes that like people who don't make it to the other side are just constantly stuck in the in-between. Like they're not willing to pass because of like some regret that they had or the fact that they just weren't allowed to pass.
Yeah.
And they crash into, is it Asar's partner?
Ex-partner Ophelia.
Ex-partner.
Yeah, but we don't know that she's an ex yet.
You could feel it. You could feel it.
So, yeah, they crash into Ophelia, which is the ex. And I thought it was interesting that Asar explains to Mische that with every level, these souls kind of like lose their minds a little bit more because you're getting further and further away from the mortal world.
Mm-hmm. I think it isn't until, oh, by the way, every time they pass one of these levels, they also get a relic, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't remember what they get in any of them except for the last one, but they're getting relics as they go. It's funny to me because like now looking at the map, you can clearly see there are places for them to stay. Mm. But to me, I'm like, did you just find a motel in the underworld? That's fucking crazy. That now you all are like, okay, we're in a building now.
I'm telling you, it's like a tourist spot. They want people to come on down.
They have like a I Heart the Underworld.
I know. That's funny.
But they pass through body and they get to breath. And I think it's at breath where Mische realizes like how much Ophelia mattered to Asar, because she crashes into an old friend whose name was Amen. Mm-hmm. And in her mind, she was like, what the fuck is he doing here? Like, why hasn't he passed? And she's remembering that this is the boy who was going to kiss her, right? But wasn't allowed to, of course.
But also, Amen, every time he would see her, he would say, Mische, help me. Like, help me. Like, if he was in distress, which, I mean, of course, in the underworld. But I wasn't sure if this was real or not. Because isn't there a moment when Asar's like, don't look at your surroundings. They're toying with you.
I feel like they're toying with her the way I took it. They're toying with her, but they're still real. Because, I mean, Ophelia was toying with Asar, but I felt like the emotions that she felt was real. It was just kind of intensified. I feel like the longer you stay there, the more intensified it is. But I don't understand why Amen didn't pass.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, he didn't. And I think it isn't until they reach Psyche, which Psyche is when shit starts to go down. Sorry, I'm going through this pretty quick.
No, it's fine.
So
go read the book. It's really, really good.
It isn't until they reach Psyche where Mische asks Asar about why they stay and everything. And he was like, oh, but it's okay because Amen reached the other side. I was like, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. How do you know that?
Didn't he?
He helped.
I could have sworn there was a moment where he kind of like showed her that he had passed. And I thought that was so fucking sweet because she was genuinely so worried about Amen. Like the girl couldn't sleep, you know?
The girl couldn't sleep.
And so he helped Amen for her.
That's
and he was
really
but
sweet.
he did explain that it gets harder and harder to be able to help souls pass the deeper that they get into the underworld.
Psyche's the one where shit starts to go down because, first of all, I don't think it ever hit Mische until like the last level that she had to do this shit. Didn't it kind of feel like she was in it for the ride for like a second?
Like she was just here making friends.
And Chandra, who is the other Atraxis acolyte that is with them, who was necromanced back to life, she is just kind of like, I don't want to be here. I don't trust these vampire bitches, but you used to be an acolyte, so I trust you. We shouldn't be here. And then Elias, who was Egret's bodyguard, is like, I kind of hate all of you.
Yeah. But didn't Elias hit Mische?
Did he?
Yeah, he hit Mische. And then then Asar was like, don't touch her.
Don't. Or else I'm going to down. No. Oh my God. I fucking love that trope. It's so funny because it's so typical. But
touch her and you die. That's the best trope.
Or because I'm pretty sure he said these lines like, who did this to you? I eat that shit up. With my fork and knife.
Also, I love the little moment. It was very, very gradual. Like this wasn't rushed at all. So I loved the slow progression between Asar and Mische's relationship, friendship. And I love how I think it started off with him making a comment like, oh, your God did that to you? Do you really think that's love?
Not my God.
Do you really think that's love? And she was like, yeah, actually, I do.
And she kind of explained it she was thinking it like, doesn't he understand that love is pain? Like, it's painful to love someone.
Yeah, and like you have to work hard for this love.
I don't know. I wouldn't do that to you, personally.
But then he was also trying to convince her, which I loved. I loved this whole disparity between her being the acolyte to Atraxas, but also being a vampire.
Because he even told her, like, you have Malik's powers.
Yeah, he's just like, you have all of this power that you're not using, and this power is natural to you. Like, this will come naturally to you, and you're not using it. You instead, you want to hurt yourself for this sun power.
I'm gonna say it. This bitch.
Yeah, so at first she was very reluctant, which I did like, because obviously she's very faithful. She's very loyal to Atraxas. So when he would try to convince her, like, you should just use your vampire powers, she would be like, no, I didn't choose this. This isn't what I wanted. Which in a way I get, but also like the sun power is really, really hurting you. Yeah. And didn't it seem kind of weird that Asar made it seem like, oh, it doesn't have to hurt you. He's just allowing it to hurt you.
Yeah. Because he's fucked up like that. Atraxas is fucked up like that. I hated Atraxas so much, and I continued to hate him as it went through, because you see how little he cared about Mische.
Yeah.
Because he didn't care about her at all. And it went from him like adoring her, adoring her, to hating her.
Yeah. And then her becoming a vampire, I felt like was his fault. Because she wouldn't have even been in this fucking place if it wasn't for him.
Because didn't she tell her, oh my gosh, you're right, it is a lot of A's.
I'm telling you.
Didn't she tell Atraxas, I will show you that I love you by converting a vampire. They're gonna love you so much. I just gotta find one.
And out of all the vampires, fucking Malik.
She didn't know though.
I know, I'm not blaming her, I'm blaming him.
But it's like, okay, there's so much. Go read the book. Go read the books, and also watch our episodes. But
and leave comments, likes, subscribe.
I wanna start the next level, but the last thing that happens in Psyche.
I just need it. Yeah, go ahead. I think you're gonna mention it.
It's the whole it goes into their mind and shows them like their wants.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking about that. Chandra.
Oh no, not yet.
Wasn't it at this point?
Where she?
When she
Oh yes, it is.
It was, right? Because I remember Psyche. Wasn't Psyche just her and him?
Yeah, because at the beginning of Psyche, before they even go in,
before they really dip their toes into Psyche,
he's like going down the steps, and he's like, "Okay, best friends. Okay, besties."
Actually, I can't fucking stand you guys. It was so funny because Asar was like, "Remember, guys, remember." Stay on the path, and this place will try to mess with your minds. 2 seconds later, Elias was trying to kill everybody.
Well, remember, it was because while they were walking down, and Asar was like, "I love you guys. You're my best friends. This is amazing." You just see the king mark like pop up on his arm.
Yes, dude, I love that shit. So,
he passed. The king passed.
King Raul is dead. Ding dong, that bitch is dead. Dude, I loved that shit.
And that's when Elias was like, "Fucking finally." And then
we should explain it, because what if they didn't?
Well, they should have watched our episodes.
They should have. But so basically, in a king's line,
yeah,
whoever is next in line after the king dies, a mark will show up on their body that basically says, "Oh, this is the next king."
Yes.
So because Malik was dead, that meant that Asar was the next in line to be the king.
So congratulations.
Congrats,
he's king.
King.
He's king. But Elias is like, "Fucking finally." And he starts attacking Asar. And because it was out of nowhere, Asar falls down, right? It's like, follow the path, guys. He's just like going down.
Follow the brick road, guys. Love you.
That's so funny. But Elias, I don't remember what happens to him, but he leaves.
Well, Elias was going to kill him because he was bound by his word to the previous king.
Yeah.
I don't even know, to protect the line, I guess. I don't remember exactly, but.
Well, him doing this, then the power would have gone to Egret. So that was, you know, what he was trying to do. But Elias leaves. He leaves.
Yeah, he's gone.
And Chandra's over here like, Mische, we gotta leave before these bitches kill us. Okay? I can't die a second time.
I just what was it? I just woke up again, so I feel like a newborn. So I'm too young.
I'm 3 days old, Mische. I can't do this again. So Chandra's like, okay, let's go. And Misha's like, no, I gotta go save Asar.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want to dip? And it's like, no, I'm gonna save Asar. So Chandra leaves. How does she leave?
No, don't you remember through Psyche, I think, she sees what Chandra used to do.
What did she used to do?
She used to like murder. Was it like vampire babies? I don't remember.
Oh my God, it was Chandra?
Children. I swear it was children.
Yeah.
And Chandra falls, I think, and she's like about to die. And she's like, help me, Mische. And Misha's like, I'm going to go help Asar.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Good luck, girl.
Just hanging there.
I don't remember exactly, but I do remember that she saw what she used to do and she was just like,
hell no. So that's when she goes to save Asar and goes into like his whatever is happening in his psyche. And at first it kind of starts with Misha's. So she sees the temple again and she sees Seisha again. And she's like, oh my God. I don't remember what he tells her. But then
we see Asar.
We see Atraxas first. Right? And it's like the night of the wedding consummation. But during all that, she's just kind of like, I'm not enjoying this.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because she's remembering it. But it stops right before they,
yeah, but then
gets there.
But then the image of Atraxas changes to an image of Asar. And it's them just like in the heat of the moment, like about to do something very passionate, very beautiful. And then she just kind of pushes him away and is like, hey, wait a minute. Asar? Wait, is that Asar? And then it's like he wakes up and he's like, oh.
But doesn't he say something very scandalous? Where he's just like, I don't remember what he says, where he's like, I'm going to make you feel so good right now. And I was like, shut the fuck up, Asar, because I'm going to forget where we're at right now.
You know what's really funny? I wish that this book would have treated it like when they woke up, because immediately they're pulled out of the psyche and then they have to find each other again. I would have loved if they were just here. Like they were just still here. Oh, no, yeah, I didn't mean it.
That was a joke.
No, that was a joke. That was a joke. Don't even.
Stop. We're not supposed to be together.
Stop it.
I'm married to Atraxas.
And I'm king.
Oh my God. Yeah, he is.
I've been king for 10 minutes. Where's our besties? Where's Elias and Chandra?
Where's everyone?
Chandra's hanging in there.
She's over there still.
But she breaks whatever the psyche spell is, goes to Asar and like drags him out, but during this also sees his memories. And you see how sad his life was. We didn't bring it up. There was a fifth person, a fifth traveler,
a fifth being.
And it was his dead dog Lucy, and it's like it was described to have like a bone head, right? Head made of bone.
I think so.
So when Mische goes into Asar's memories, she sees when Lucy was killed, and little Asar crying over Lucy, and Malik going like, "Well, you crying about your dumb dog? You're crying about your stupid dog."
Malik killed the dog, right?
Yes.
And I thought that scene was so sad because Asar was literally cradling Lucy and sobbing.
But then it was described, because Mische could feel what he was feeling. It was described that he was more crying out of rage than sadness. He was sad, but there was a lot of rage in him. And then going through his life, you see him meet Ophelia and them falling in love. And then all of a sudden, Ophelia was gone. And it was Malik. And I don't know if Ophelia pops up, but there's a moment where it's like, I called your name, Asar.
Oh, yeah, that was later. Right? But yeah, Ophelia makes it known to Mische that she had called his name 72 times.
Yeah. because her death, I guess we can say it now, her death was just a really slow death.
Which I thought was really sad because when Mische heard this, she felt like connected to her. She was like, wow, that reminds me of the time when I was calling Atraxis' name and he did nothing.
Mm-hmm. So, going out of, because Misha's in this memory, so she's seeing it happen and she keeps calling Asar, but the memory keeps dragging him back in. So it isn't until the very end where he's talking to Ophelia that Misha is finally able to pull him out. And they just kind of, they go to the next motel over.
Was this Esme's tavern?
No,
or
not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
They go to the next motel and they're just kind of like, so that was a joke. That was a JK, right?
Yeah, that was a joke, right?
I do want to say, in one of those 3 levels, the first 3 levels, there was a point where Ophelia mentioned, oh, Asar likes you. And I don't even think he knows that he likes you.
Yeah, and then she also warned her, everything that he likes, like, is bound for something bad, right?
It's bound to be broken, and everything you like, you try to fix. But how can you help something that doesn't want to be fixed?
Yeah. I was like, damn, that sounds like a beautiful love story, actually.
So they're over here like, hey. Oh, well, Misha's kind of like, you don't think he remembers, do you? You don't think he knows?
Passionate moment.
Yeah.
And
there is a moment. You're right, because they do go to Esme's. They do go to Esme's, and Esme is a ghost, but she used to work for the Shadowborn King and used to train Asar. So when they see him, it's funny because Misha's like, Asar's smiling. Am I okay?
It's not unheard of.
So they go to Esme's, and Esme and Asar are catching up, and Misha's like, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna leave, take a bath. And you can hear Asar, or Mische can hear Asar and Esme talking. And they're talking about, first, the fact that Esme doesn't want Asar to be there because it feels like he always comes back. So it's like he's not moving on. And then Esme's like, well, what about her? Like Mische. And he doesn't say anything too much because he's like, Mische, really bad eavesdropper.
He's like, there's not much to say about her except that she's really bad at eavesdropping. And I love how Mische was like, huh, what? No, I wasn't eavesdropping. What are you talking about? I'm taking a bath. Leave me alone. You're actually eavesdropping on me.
A little rude of you. But she leaves, but when she comes back, she's wearing like a satin.
A nightgown.
Yeah, a nightgown. And he is just like, so... Wow. Yeah.
She's never looked so hot before.
But ever since that psyche moment that they had, he keeps having those moments where he'll look at her and then look away. And she's just kind of like, whatever. He's just trying to make it less awkward for me.
Yeah.
And so when he goes to take a bath, Esme's like, oh my God, this boy is so into you.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Well, it's because there was a moment where he like stood up to take a bath, but he was kind of like trying to hide his lower region.
Oh my God.
And Esme was like, you saw that shit? You saw that shit? That man was turned on. You did that, bitch.
I can't with that shit. What do you do with that knowledge? You're just like,
let me go help him. I'll be right back, Esme.
We're still kind of co-workers. Oh, but you remember she's bound to Atraxis. So she's like, I can't do
But
that.
she thinks that Atraxis can't see what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, what he doesn't know won't hurt him. Who's gonna tell him?
Do you remember when we read Throwback? You should go watch this episode. We also did these hollow vows and these...
Oh my gosh. I love that book.
And what was the second one called again?
These Infinite Threads.
No, that's the other. That's Tahara Mafi.
These Twisted Bonds.
Okay, sorry.
All these
something. But in the second book where one of them was like kissing, because it was a love triangle. I'm not going to say the names. One of them was kissing the main girl, and the other guy through his mind was like, please, please, please. No.
Don't do this to me. You said you loved me.
Oh my gosh.
Love that shit.
So Asar comes back bathed.
Bathed.
And Esme's like
smelling delicious.
Esme's like, look at us. 3 sexy people.
3 sexy single people.
I know. They're like, why are you throwing yourself in there? 3 sexy single people and no ditty being played. Asar, play us a ditty. Oh, I couldn't possibly. And then
he starts playing on the piano.
Oh my gosh. And it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. I imagined him beatboxing with that shit.
You did?
No, I imagined him like super into it because it said it was a very upbeat music. Mm-hmm. And then when
wait, I loved when he was playing the piano and he was like, "Yeah, this beat reminded me of you. This beat is for you."
I actually
only.
posted this one on SoundCloud. It's called For Mische.
Follow me.
Bring the beat in.
Bring in the choir. It's all ghosts.
Oh my god, babe, I wrote this song for you. And it's like clearly a pop song that someone wrote.
Oh my god, it's Ariana Grande.
Oh, dude.
I can't even sing it, but you know which one.
Thank you.
No.
Next.
I'm thinking of right now. I'm in a state of mind.
And they were. But he plays her a song, which by the way, they released the song on Spotify. Did you listen to it?
No, I forgot.
Wait, are we allowed to?
I don't think so.
Why not? Wait, email Carissa right now.
What am I going to say?
You want to listen to it real quick?
Hold on.
And she's just like...
she starts twerking.
I know. She's just like... And he's like... Yeah. He's fucking it up on the keys.
This is giving Twilight.
And she's like, how are you making the harp? How are you making the harp sound?
Don't worry about it, babe. It's from the heart. We never mentioned that he has scars.
Oh, yeah. well, first of all, let's just finish this thought.
Okay.
He plays the saddest beat.
That was the most beautiful song I've ever heard.
She's crying while twerking on the wall. He's also crying because it's a beautiful sight.
I did just play the song. I don't think we can play the song on here, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And afterwards, they're dancing, and he like makes a move and like says something, and she's just like, we can't. And she's like, well, I just don't. I think he brings up the scars that she has. It's like, I don't understand how you could like be so devoted to him when he hurts you like this. And that's when she brings up, well, love is supposed to be painful. And he was like, no, love should feel like this.
And then he kisses her hand.
Mm-hmm. He's like kissing her, like all of her scars. Mm-hmm. And
she's just like,
oh,
this is what love feels like.
And I think it ends there. Oh, well, it ends because while things are about to start happening, and it's funny because in her mind, she's like, I'll just pray extra hard tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think it'll cancel out.
Yeah.
I'll
blame it on the psyche.
Yeah. I was just so in it. It's like you were out of psyche, all right? No, it was like in me.
It's like lingering.
But there's an explosion that happens. And then they are torn apart. So now we can mention, because we forgot to mention, Asar also has scars. His kind of travel from his eye, and it's just like black. To me, I imagined it like it looks like your veins are black. Mm-hmm. So it just travels from his eye down to his arm.
Yeah. I don't remember how he got them, though.
Just has them.
It's because of him
necromancy.
doing necromancy.
Okay, past psyche. They are now at secrets. Secrets. It's secrets, and the last one is soul and the underworld.
I'll be honest, I don't remember what happened in secrets.
Their secrets are revealed. I just know that their relationship kind of solidifies in secrets, because don't they have the altar moment?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So while they're going through secrets, okay. So they have a moment at an altar, which is crazy. Mm. You know, when I imagined the altar, I didn't imagine it as small as it looked like in the fan art.
No, I didn't either.
I imagined it kind of flat, like closer to the floor and big. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, wow, they're really brave up there. Yeah. They
making the most of this trip.
Yeah, they really are. And she feels like, I am not going to regret any of this. Atraxis, if he's watching.
Atraxis who? I don't think so. You see a ring on this finger?
But then when she goes to sleep, she sees Atraxis.
Oh, yeah. So that after they have sex. And then Atraxis shows up. And he's like, how fucking dare you? I've been watching you nonstop this entire time.
I saw you twerk on the wall.
That song wasn't even that good.
I could write you a song. I won't though. But he basically says like, that's why should I have trusted you? You know, you clearly failed me again.
Yeah.
And instead of like responding to him, she just goes, why is Seisha down here? Because a while ago I crashed into a wraith and it was Seisha. And she was one of your most devoted acolytes. Oh, she doesn't say that yet. She just says like, why is she down here? And he was like, who?
Who's that? And she's pissed because she's just like, she was so devoted to you. Didn't she like sacrifice her life for him or something? Well, from what she thought.
And then at Secrets, this is where we learn, because he was like, oh, Seisha, you mean this? And then puts a memory in Mische's mind. And it's after she had turned when she accidentally killed her sister, Seisha.
Yeah, so she was turned into a vampire and she couldn't control herself, I guess. And then she bit her.
And I'm imagining Seisha didn't move on because Atraxis didn't let her. Right? Or didn't help her. Because I'm assuming because she was bit by Mische, technically, if Mische had stopped, Seisha would have been turned.
Yeah.
So technically she was turned. So she didn't pass on. That's kind of how I understood it. So I was like, Atraxis, you're kind of a bitch. Isn't this circumstantial? Shouldn't you have let Seisha pass?
Honestly, I was a little bit confused because why didn't Mische remember this?
She repressed it. Because she talks about the whole Malik thing too. And there's a point where she's like, all those things that had happened to me, I don't remember them. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So
then she drained her enough to kill her? Oh, okay. Because I was so confused by this. I was thinking, did Atraxis like get rid of her afterwards or what?
No, she had killed her. But Mische is like, she has the memory, and then Atraxis is like, see, you're worthless.
You see what this illness did to you? It ruined your life. It took the most important person from you. That's why vampires are disgusting. And she was like, yeah, you're right. They are disgusting.
And so Mische tells him, I will complete this mission for you. I will. But just one thing,
please.
Just make sure that Asar makes it. And then Atraxis is like, that bitch?
The bitch you slept with?
That bitch that played the little ditty on the piano that I didn't listen on Spotify and I'm not the 1%er for? That bitch? How dare you ask me that? And she was like, well, think about it. If you let him live, we will have done a task with the Shadowborn Kingdom. So it's like a huge deal, because how would Nyaxia feel that, he basically helped us? And then he's like, that's a good idea. I thought of that. No, good idea. Yes, we're going to let him live. And so then she wakes up, and it's so sad because she wakes up and Asar and Lucy the dog have been looking for her. And when they find her, he's just kind of like, how you feeling? She's like, good. You don't have any regrets? It's like, no, I told you I wouldn't regret this. And he was like, I want to make sure that I'm not something you regret. Anytime they had an intimate moment, I always really liked that he always double checked with her. Like, you okay?
Yeah, he was so caring. I loved his character so much.
And it sucked because they were still like holding hands at this point. They were kissing at this point, but it started to become a little less now because she was trying really hard to like separate herself from him. But she noticed that he was doing the same thing. So she was like, well, Atraxis visited me. I wonder if Nyaxia visited him. But she was kind of
confirmed who he saw?
I think he saw her.
Did he?
I think so. It wasn't confirmed, but I'm pretty sure he would have.
Okay.
But we're at the last point, which is Soul. And I think at this point, Ophelia is the first one they crash into.
Mm-hmm.
And Ophelia is trying to kill Mische. But Mische has a moment where she kind of talks her down. And that's where it's revealed.
The 72 times.
Yeah, that whole shit. And she helps Ophelia pass. Which was a really beautiful moment.
Yeah, it was. I was like, girls helping girls.
Dude,
it's the shit I need.
Asar's in the side. My two beauties.
Yeah.
But they help her pass. And when they reach the end, the necromancy circle that they make, they're like, okay, here's all the relics that we picked up. The last one we picked up was an arrow. It's funny. Asar's like, what are we supposed to do with an arrow? And Misha's like, I don't know, but you can just let me hold on to it.
She's just like getting flashbacks to when she stabbed Malik. She's just like, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but if you want, I'll just hold it at the ready for no reason. Because remember, she has to allow Asar to bring back Alaris so she could kill Alaris. Mm-hmm. And that's the weapon she needs to use. So while they're setting this up, Asar's like, hey, babe, I know you don't kiss me anymore, and I'm not gonna think that much about it, but I just want to let you know it's been fun.
It's been real.
It's been so real.
I loved that moment when you twerked on the walls and I played that song for you.
You remember the little ditty? So it's been real, but
I gotta go.
Does he just kind of like poof?
Why did he poof? I was so confused.
Because they needed a little bit of Alaris in order to complete the ritual.
You mean Asar?
No, Alaris. And Asar had the blood of Alaris in him because he was...
Oh, he was...
Alaris and...
Nyaxia's? No,
Alaris had a human lover, which was his mom. So he was the product of that.
Okay.
So he had a little bit of Alaris in him.
That's beautiful, actually.
Yeah. When Mische realizes it, she's like...
Oh, what?
Wait, I love
the
family.
God of Death's son? Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. So that's why he poofed. And then she was just kind of
I love the poof.
Yeah. It's a beautiful, magical thing.
But they do like have like a moment, right? Like, love you, miss you.
There you go.
Tell your friends about me.
Yeah, it's like dust. He has it in his head. And then he disappears. His pixie dust. He's gone, and Misha's like, this isn't right.
But then fucking Atroxus shows up.
And he's using all his power, by the way. So godly of him.
And she gets mad at him, and she's like, you told me you would protect Asar. And he was like,
he's the one who did that.
That's not my doing. That was Nyaxia.
Yeah.
Who did that. Who allowed that.
Mm-hmm. So I can't help you there. Mm-hmm. And then she is like about to complete the ritual to bring back Alaris, and Atroxus is like, okay, you're almost there, you're gonna get him out and then you're gonna kill him. And she turns around and with the arrow puts it in his stomach first, and then he looks down and he's like, you don't know what you fucking did, and then pulls it out and continues to like stab him.
Yeah, that was such a beautiful moment.
The song playing in the background.
I was so happy in this one. I was like, yeah. You know what? I replayed this moment because I was like, this is so beautiful. Let's do this again.
It's so funny because Mische, now there's two big things that she did that have started wars.
Okay.
Because this is going to start a war.
That's not her fault.
I'll think about it later. And by the way, because Asar has poofed, he went down a level. So he's in the underworld. Mm-hmm. But she feels like a connection to him. So she's like, if I don't let go of him, he's technically not gone.
He's technically not poofed.
Yeah, he's not poofed. But Alaris is dead. So she is not Alaris. Atroxus is dead. Alaris wasn't brought back. And Mische de-poofs him. So he poofs back.
But then Nyaxia shows up and she's like, what the fuck did you do?
Where's my husband?
I wanted my husband. Where is he?
Asar's like, hey, my goddess, queen, I know you're angry, but can you like not hurt Mische? Because if you think about it, she killed a god for you. And if she killed a god, she could do anything. Uh-huh. And so Nyaxia is like, you expect me to keep the person who killed the only chance I had to bring my husband back.
Yeah.
But doesn't it kind of sound like Nyaxia doesn't even love her husband?
What do you mean?
It didn't feel like she really cared.
I was honestly expecting Carissa, if you're listening, I'm expecting a prequel. I'm expecting the love story of Nyaxia.
You want to feel for them.
Yeah.
Like we did for Vale. I don't remember her name. Vale and...
I don't remember either.
Yeah. But afterwards, Nyaxia... I don't know if she leaves, but all the other gods show up. And it's funny because there was a whole paragraph that described all of what they were. Uh-huh. And I circled that paragraph in my book because I was like, this feels like it's going to be important later. So I'm going to need to know all this shit. But they all show up and it's like, you killed Atraxas.
How fucking dare you? I love that man.
And the entire time, it's Asar trying to be like, but you guys don't understand. Like, he's trying to like mediate everything. And he watches these gods kill Mische.
Yeah.
And it's a very brutal death. Oh, because Atraxas, remember when he dies, he blew up, right? Mm-hmm. And completely burned Mische beyond recovery. So it's Asar trying to mediate things while holding just like the crisps of Mische. And it's like, you guys need to help her. She's still technically alive. Mm-hmm. And that's when I actually was like, I'm not going to help you, so hopefully she just heals with time. And then when the other gods come and he asks the same thing, it's like, you guys have to help her. They stab her and they just watch her die.
Yeah.
And so Asar, I'm gonna finish Asar's story. So Asar is kind of just sitting there with that, and I think the gods leave. And I really like the last few pages of this book because it's just like, I'm just going to wait because I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed. I may not be the smartest, but I do remember how this god did nothing. This god stabbed. This god did this. This god did this. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait.
Dude, this ending made me so fucking excited.
Dude, me too.
I was like, this man, the rage that he feels.
Oh, dude. It's going to fucking hit.
Yeah.
I want him to fuck up every single god.
Me too.
I really like the sense of he loves her so much that he would literally kill gods for her.
Mm-hmm. So beautiful. Yeah. Magical.
I wrote a new song.
And it's like, dun, 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 dun.
But how did you feel? Mische wakes up in the underworld and she's like, oh, I'm dead now. I'm dead now. Asar is still alive out there. Okay. And she's like a little lost, but she feels a hand. Hey, are you lost?
Dude, the way that I screamed when it was like, Vincent said. I was like, shut the fuck up, Vincent.
Hey.
Remember
I'm
me?
Vincent.
Remember me?
Fade to black.
Araya's dad? Remember me?
Oh, you probably remember me in my Barbacoa form. I'm Vincent.
And she was like,
Papa's back.
Oh,
Papa's back.
I'm so excited. Wait, are we Team Vincent? I mean,
I wasn't at first, but he's a good dad.
Not
a bad guy.
Not a great leader.
He was bad in every other sense.
Yeah. He actually wasn't that great of a dad either.
Hey,
actually.
Wait, he's actually a horrible person.
But I was really excited though.
I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. The end.
But when they were torturing Mische and she was dying, didn't she have like a moment when she saw her sister? And it was like a moment of peace. I thought that was beautiful. I was like, oh my God, she's seeing her sister.
The end.
The end.
Can I ask you, when you first started this book, how did you feel?
I was excited.
Were you excited?
Yeah, I was so excited.
I was nervous you weren't going to like it.
Why?
I don't know. Because out of all the books we've read, this was the densest. And both you and I were like, I have to keep re-listening to some chapters.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Carissa, her world building, very dense. Like, there's so much. And I feel like there's still certain things that I need to, like, research more. Like, again, like the different types of vampires that there are in this world.
I will say, though, from where we started to where we are now, we know a lot more.
I know. But it was nice because it's not like a completely new world. We've seen it before with serpent, the serpent duology.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were going to see Rain and Oriah again, but I guess maybe next time.
I felt like that was them throwing crumbs at me, where they would mention Rain and Oriah, and I was like,
What about them? What about them? Are they good?
Yeah.
Please tell me they're good.
I wonder if they're gonna get involved though, because their story's done. So is Asar just gonna be just doing this?
Wait, Vincent is back? Why wouldn't
Vincent
they mention Oriah?
At least bring me Vale. At least give me Vale. But I feel like if they figure out that Mischa's dead, they're gonna go off.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be, if Mische comes back, I don't know what's gonna happen, but if she comes back, can you imagine, like, hey Rain, hey Oriah, I'm sorry, I was dead, but I'm back now.
I'm alive now. It's cool.
Yeah, I am actually 4 days old. Goo goo gaga.
I mean, if the next book is just Asar having to fucking kill all of these gods, that's gonna be a dense ass book. Unless some of these gods just go real easily.
But it feels like there's just so much more story to tell for some of these gods. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if it's gonna be like a 0.5 and we get to see someone else's experience with another god. It was funny because they mentioned Aseha. And I was like, that's the god that helped Oriah at the end of the book when Nyaxia didn't help.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out.
This is the second time Nyaxia has let me down, by the way, because she didn't help Oriah.
Isn't she supposed to be the mother of the vampires?
She's not mothering.
Why is she not mothering?
She's not.
She's giving stepmom.
And she wasn't even the mom that stepped up. So
she stepped down, actually.
What was that joke we made with the mommy and Mamo?
Oh, the other mommy.
Yeah.
She's not the biological mom. Okay, so I'm not going to explain the story, but, you know, the little girl has a mom and then other mommy, which was like a ghost.
But then she had her original dad, but she called him Daddo.
Yeah. So we're like, why isn't she called Mamo? No, but weren't we making a joke that she should have been like Momo because it's like she's not even mothering?
She's not.
Anyway.
Let her be.
Go listen to that episode. It's Incidents Around the House by...
Both of us.
Go ahead, Queen. I said the title.
I don't even remember, dude. It's been we read so many books.
It's true, we do.
I'm so...
Josh Mallerman?
Do you think you got it?
I don't know. Let's check. I hope I got it. I mean, who wrote Incidents Around the House?
Dude, look at you!
Oh my god! I don't know how that came to me. I was just picturing the book cover. I don't know.
Love that for you. I love that for you.
What would you rate this book? Go ahead, Queen.
Well, first of all, looking at the first books, like Serpent and the Wing of Night, Six Scorched Roses, I really like that title. And then the Star-Cursed King, Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Mm-hmm. Love the titles, but to me, nothing. They meant nothing to me. This one, Songbird and the Heart of Stone, that meant everything to me.
Oh, the title.
I would kill for that title.
Why? Why do you love the title so much?
Because it's them. Songbird is Mische. Because she had a little tattoo of a phoenix, but it came out wrong, so it looked like a songbird. Fuck me up. That's so cute. And he was the Heart of Stone. Heart of Stone no longer.
Unfortunately for him. He's like, damn, can I go back when I didn't care?
Because I care too much now. I cry all the time now. I can't wait. I'm so excited. This book, obviously, 5 out of 5.
Yeah. 5 out of 5. But Carissa Broadbent can do no wrong. Carissa. No pressure.
I hope.
No pressure.
You know what my goal is?
What? Oh my god, I'm scared.
I hope that
you're shooting for the stars, aren't you?
I really am shooting for the stars. I hope that you and I
stop. I'm nervous.
I hope that you and I experience maybe like a little boom, like a poof, our poof,
poofing up,
poofing up. I really hope that we can maybe, I don't know, sort of ask her if we can get an arc for the next one when it comes out.
Oh my god.
That'd be really, really nice.
Carissa would make my life if she did.
Can you imagine holding it, understanding it, loving it,
hugging it?
I feel like you're right though. The next one's gonna be a novella. I don't know if it's gonna be a prequel. Well, you said prequel.
Well, I said for Nyaxia and Alaris.
Do you think so?
Because I feel like I have to see their love story, don't I? Don't I? I should.
I also kind of want us to make us love Nyaxia, so it's harder to like
when she eventually dies, because it feels like that's where it's going.
I know, but as of now, I don't think I would miss Nyaxia.
No, I know. That's why we need the prequel. So I could be like, you know what? She's been queen from the start. I also wouldn't have helped Araya, girl. It's fine.
I got it.
JK, I love Araya.
What role do you think Vincent's going to play? Do you think now that he's dead?
He's going to be the father. That's stepdad.
I was going to say, do you think now that he's dead, he's just become a little chiller?
Yeah, I think he has dad jokes now.
Mische, I know we just met, but you want to go play catch with me?
Funny, because I have this softball right here.
I know.
And this mitten right here.
Mija, let's go.
Mija.
I am so excited. I'm so excited. It's probably going to take another year.
Mm-hmm.
We need to read The Vampire Conqueror because it's in the world.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. In the Nyaxia world. There's just so much. Carissa does so much for us. I will continue to cry about this book forever. The topic about like faith and how devout followers sometimes get the short end of the stick makes me real sad. Yeah, because she really loved the sense of community within her, where all the acolytes lived, but it felt like she just never got.
It always felt like she wasn't enough.
No,
everything that she did was just never enough, and I felt bad for her.
I did too. Oh, we didn't mention, but after the altar scene and after Atraxis came to her and was like, how fucking dare you sleep with that man? When Asar found her again, she had a handprint over her throat.
Damn. I'm glad she killed him though. Such a satisfying kill.
Dang, dude. Are we ready to let it go? To put it in a little bottle and
send it off to sea?
I feel like this was going to be our longest episode.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine if we looked down and it wasn't recording?
Oh my God, I would cry.
Oh,
I'd be like, Charlie, I'm not filming that again.
I can't fake those emotions.
I can't.
To everyone who is listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on, thank you so much. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars, because it's the holiday season. You should.
You should, because it would be really nice and it would help us out so much. I feel like when people rate us, we show up in people's feeds more. And if that happens, we'll read more.
Yeah, and maybe Carissa will see it.
Maybe Carissa will notice us. That would be really nice.
If you also want to leave a review recommending us our next read, we're always looking. If you want to support us and you have a little bit of extra money, what can they do?
So we do have a Patreon, and at the moment it really just serves as a way for our listeners to let us know that you really enjoy our content. You can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want something that's monthly, then you can find us on buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix or coffee, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix.
If you're watching us on YouTube, if you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. Also, you should watch our other episodes. We recently talked about what was that story
One
called?
Dark Window.
That story slapped.
I know.
So if you want to go listen to that, I thought we were really funny in that episode.
It was so good.
If you are wanting to follow us on social media, we do have a Fable, a Goodreads, a Threads, and Instagram at The Book Fix Pod, and we do have a TikTok at The Book Fix. Thank you. So let's go ahead and read some ratings, some reviews about this book. I'll do negative. Dang. So this 1-star review comes from Rowan. Isn't Rowan the name of that bitch from One Dark Window?
Well, it's the last name.
He wrote it. And I want to read a little bit of this because They wrote, I swear to God, it's a crime that this series with such exquisite titles and covers are like this. Let's talk about the train wreck of a series as a whole. And this person goes off on every single one of the books. But I'm just going to read what they wrote about the Songbird and the Heart of Stone.
Okay.
When I say I was cheering when I finished this book, I mean it. It was pure relief. These 500 pages were chaos, straight up chaos. The pacing, the plot, the character arcs, everything felt like the author was throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what stuck. Spoiler, nothing stuck. The story had so much whiplash and I barely remember what even happened. And the cliffhanger, yeah, no thanks. It felt like the author herself didn't know where the story was headed. I was happy thinking this was the last book, but apparently she's milking this series dry. As for Mische, I don't care about her before, and I still don't care about her. She's just there. Meanwhile, Asar, what did this man even do? He's labeled a love interest, but I've seen paper towels with more charm and utility. Oh, and Mische's spy mission? What spy mission? She did nothing. Literally nothing. Don't even get me started on how the author wrote her as clueless about the fact that what happened to her was essay. Babes, no. That's not a sacrifice to your god. It's trauma. The lack of character development here was shocking. And the romance, calling it romance feels generous. I could taste, feel, see air more than I could see any chemistry between these two. When they kissed at 65%, I just stood there like, am I supposed to feel something? Because I didn't. Final thoughts. The series was an absolute disaster. Bland, surface level character, boring romance, and nonsensical plots. I won't be continuing and I won't recommend this to anyone. Lastly, I owe Sarah J. Maas an apology. I might have called her the worst romantasy author before, but Carissa took that crown with ease. Congrats, I guess.
Okay, so my review comes from Caven. They gave it 5 out of 5 and they wrote, I genuinely just finished this book about 3 minutes ago and have been pacing my house like a madman. Carissa popped off. The ending is going to keep me up at night. Drenched in the beautiful darkness of death, wraiths, the underworld, and petty gods, Songbird and the Heart of Stone is everything you could ever want and more. Mische, you are my sunshine forever.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
I feel like every time we finish talking about a big book, it's like, there she goes.
There she goes. I'm going to miss you. Farewell.
We wave at it like it's our kid.
I am going to miss these characters.
Oh, dude, I fucking love these books. I cannot wait until she writes the next one. Isn't it kind of funny that people just assume that authors are just kind of like, this is the only story I'm writing? But she probably has her own little her whips, her work in progresses.
Yeah, I'm sure.